Whoa, Carl's wearing a lot of denim today. Check that out. Swap meet find. Full Canadian tuxedo. Welcome back to Make It Kustom. I'm Carl Fisher. Today, we've got a wicked video for you. It's a collaboration between myself and my friend Jordan Bennett. He's got Bennett's Customs in Australia. He's got a little YouTube channel, definitely check him out. I wanna apologize to start off with the poor audio in this video. There's a little bit of poor audio, and the reason being is that my microphone doesn't work with two people. I film everything on a phone. I don't have the dual mic set up. I'm ordering one today because the audio sucks. But it's really fun to get to work with Jordan, and he brought over all the way from Australia the grill that he's building for a single seat race car. We're gonna make some panels for it today using the English wheel, the Shape-O-Matic, the planishing hammer, and shrinker stretcher. So you're gonna learn lots, and it's a really great video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And just please, sorry about the audio, guys. Let's get into it. Look who's here!
Yeah, I was so excited I ran in.
Check out what Jordan brought all the way from Oz.
This is it.
He's got the grill.
This is for the race car.
Look at how tiny that is.
It's very small.
That could almost be a belt buckle for a man of your stature.
Could actually. You can wear that, ladies.
So, what is the plan?
So, what I did before coming here, I made these templates. That's the front of the frame.
Yeah.
That's our cowl. So we'll get to that at a later date. This is basically how it's gonna sit, something like that. Essentially, we need to make two sail panels that kind of come up and obviously have a lot of shrinking to try and form into this. Whether or not we keep this body line, because I'm actually not sure if we'll be able to, or if we just cut it out and basically cut straight down here and we just remake this whole piece so that it runs vertical straight down, and this is actually cut to the rake of where the grill I want it. So if we ran a level from there to here, that's like obviously the lean that I want the front of the car to have. Basically what I want to try to achieve is to keep this grill going around here so that it follows the frame somehow.
Are you dead set on it like smoothly following the contour of the frame, or is it okay to just end up?
It just has to end up at the width of the frame.
So we could get funky.
Oh, for sure.
We could get funky in there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about starting with like making a base plate and tacking this in place and starting with like a wire frame?
Yeah.
To start our patterns and stuff?
I think
at least we get a visual, you know?
Yeah.
Put some
I
paper
think,
on
yeah,
there. And
a bit of paper, a little wire buck, just a real simple one. And then we kind of know what it's going to look like.
okay.
It might look like shit. It'd be so cool to have the profile of this just basically come right off this edge.
Yeah.
That just falls straight down to basically the edge of that.
Yeah. Okay,
side.
we'll make this plate, we'll tack this up. You wire that side, I'll wire this side.
See what one comes out better.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's start with that. Let's get
Okay.
this. We'll cut this on the CC just because it's dead easy.
Yep.
And then we'll tack this and start. So I guess perimeter first for the wire block. body line or replace the body line. You're gonna like make that as a piece, bottom as a piece, side as a piece, and we can kind of like get
the contour running around the frame. It'd be kind of neat to replicate that, sort of.
right.
I mean, there's a fair bit of material being shrunk in there, but if we, something kind of like that. Yeah. Then you still have the profile when you're looking at it this way. It's still really tight and narrow.
Yeah.
But then it kind of comes out a little bit, almost like it's kind of hugging around the motor.
It's a tough one for me to.
Yeah,
Almost like
I like that one better than this one.
Yeah.
Because I think this one's going to be too like,
Yeah.
and then these are going to be more prominent than the actual center of the grill.
Yeah, because you got this taper to look at too, right? Like this has a top taper, like
Yeah.
It definitely looks like a track.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to obviously replicate is the track nose, but
Wait, are you gonna be racing on a track?
yeah,
Is this the nose?
this is it. This is the track nose for the track.
This is the most fun part of metal shape. This right here.
Oh yeah. It's difficult too. Not easy.
It's Aussie Day again. Look who's back.
It's me!
He's freaking tall, man. Look at that guy.
It's because I got me platforms on.
He, like all great fabricators, hated the first one. And so...
It's because I had too much time to sleep on it.
I know.
If we would have just done it, then it would have happened. I would have been happy with it. But then you go home, you don't get any sleep. Your girlfriend asks, "What's wrong? What have I done?" So, I just don't know if I really like the wire buck on the trap nose.
And then she goes, what?
It's not you, it's me. Wire buck dead. Slash maybe a little bit of metal shaping.
Oh, we're gonna make some noise today. We're gonna use
The noisy boy.
which right now I'm drilling bigger holes in the bottom so that I can screw it to the concrete. Before.
Still was good.
After.
I actually don't mind making it out of 8.
This is what a Canadian would do, and that's what an Australian would do.
It's not too bad.
It is $2. It's $2.
$2.
$2 for sure.
Oh, for sure. We're now just going to take some paper, make a paper template, we'll lay that out onto a sheet of steel, cut our pattern, and we will start to use Carl's planishing method, which I'm excited to try out, and hopefully you take it along with me.
Let's see your wire buck there, bud. There it is.
Wire buck.
He's popped it off the grill. He's about to make a paper template, get the outside perimeter of it, as well as see where the shrink's gonna be. I have a funny feeling it's gonna be right there.
And that
Too cool. basically we were making a cut paper template like this. This is showing us it's pretty flat. There might be slight variations here just because these, we had a couple of
A little bit high and low, yeah.
But right where any of these wrinkles are, like basically you're gonna pinch a little wrinkle until this edge does touch down.
Yeah.
And then that's literally exactly where you're gonna shrink. Like if you were to use a thumbnail shrinker, you would stick it in right until the end of that
End of your
exact wrinkle.
where you've traced it.
And pull it out and not go any further. So the rest of it will just, like you'll be able to relax it with the planishing or whatever.
Right.
So there's probably, if you were to shrink, you would probably end up shrinking just a little bit right here.
Mhm.
If you were to do it all stretch, you'd probably only be really stretching here. This is all gonna be formed. That's kind of the only real shape that kind of truly has it. So you could probably tape now like the edge here in a couple spots so that when you're pulling your shrinks.
Yeah.
So that little pucker is literally all it is. So you could probably only do one wrinkle.
One
Such
wrinkle.
a shallow curve, but it's just one wrinkle. And when it's this shallow, it's so hard to even wrinkle it. Sometimes you just take a razor blade, slice it, and just let it overlap, and that will show you the same thing. Pull that off and then put it into a piece, add whatever extra bit you need around the edge.
Yep.
If you're going to step flange this for the hood, or if you're going to weld that piece on later. Okay, so because Jordan is going to want to have a break on this back edge so that it lines up with this body line here, that's going to be a break. In fact, it's going to be a double break. Breaks a 1/4 inch and it's got another inch sticking out, maybe a little bit less after he trims it. So we're going to have to put that break in first. That's kind of what you're thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Once you got a little bit shrunk there, maybe on the kick shrinker, because it's a nice little flange, then we're gonna put that form into it, probably with the super technical knee technique.
The old knee slapper?
Yeah, and then we're probably gonna end up with just a little bit of a peak here because that's the spot that needs the shrink. Also, when we were talking about the paper being a little bit loose and thinking that it was, we were thinking that it was one of these sticking out a little bit. We actually remembered that there's a tiny curve here at the bottom of the grill, and that's why the paper was loose here. So there's going to be a tiny shrink that's probably going to need to happen right here if we want that to curve in a little bit. But for the most part, it's a whole lot of form and not a ton of shape.
Let's break this edge.
Let's break it.
Body break.
Oh, what were those guys' names from Body Break? Nobody's going to know this. Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod. Is that who it was?
How did you know that?
I know that because I was a little kid and I watched TV. Body break.
Body break.
Cool shirt, man. Look at that shirt. Those flames.
They're flames. I'm running hot. It's a cold day today.
Look at that shirt. Do you finally offer international shipping? Like if I want to buy a shirt?
Finally do.
No-
National shipping.
no
It took
doubt.
us a long time.
You're
Seems
crazy.
weird, but
Yeah.
you buy a shirt, you basically pay the same price for the shirt for shipping.
Crazy.
It's amazing. So for 2 shirts, you get 1 shirt plus you're paying shipping. It makes sense. You look as cool as me. I mean, I might not be that cool. It might fit you better because I'm 7 feet tall, but you know, you'll look pretty neat and you'll have a shirt that not a lot of people will have.
Yeah, that's
Use
true.
it as a shop rag,
And
cut it, make a belly shirt out of
That's
it.
what Christina's doing with all hers.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing that too.
Oh yeah? Great. some Mentoli.
Oh, gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Jordan's just marking out where he's going to shrink that.
Might work.
It will work. Everything's a sure thing.
Baby steps.
Wow, look at that beautiful shape. How did you get that shape in there?
I don't know. I went out for a key, came back in, it was done.
That's a lie.
So, basically, from, guidance of Carl, we obviously chose what crown for the lower wheel, for the English wheel to use for this. I picked one that fit perfectly. Basically, using the rubber pad on your upper wheel, that's going to only give you the two-dimensional shape that we're after for this. Basically, we just need to curve it. Many ways of doing it. Could have done the whole thing over my knee, but it is really nice to try and roll it out. And as you can see, we have started to get that little pucker, or high spot, as you'd call it. And that needs to go like this. And it'd be really easy if you could just do as your fingers would and move it like that.
So that's his little shrink mark. So that's how deep the shrink is going to be. The thumbnail die is going to go right into there. We're going to shrink that little spot. It's going to do what his fingers do. And then we're going to kind of hop back and forth on this to get the form dialed in with that shrink. We're going to hit the noisy boy.
The big boy.
The Shape-O-Matic.
Freshly installed.
Is that missing a bolt? Is that gonna be okay?
Yeah, I think it'll be okay.
That's gonna be 100% good enough.
Yeah, good enough for what we're trying to do.
Let me just show you before we throw them in. These are called thumbnail dies, and the reason is it literally looks like a thumbnail. And so as you push the metal in, it creates a wrinkle, and as you pull it out, it will push the wrinkle together, and right in that spot right there, right in the center at the end of this thumbnail, is where it pushes the metal together and actually shrinks it. So we're going to show you right now by doing a couple shrinks right there on Jordan's panel. And then we're going to go from the noisy boy to the noisy but a little less noisy Japhands Make It Kustom planishing hammer. Okay, Jordan's about ready to use the Shape-O-Matic here. This is a hell of a hammer. If you haven't seen the video on it, there is a video specifically on this hammer, built and designed by Mr. Christian Sosa of Sosa Metalworks. This is called the Shape-O-Matic. It is just a really heavy hitting hammer and a great bang for your buck. He actually sells builder's kits. That's what this is. I was too cheap to have him build it, so I bought his builder's kit, and it comes with all this stuff, and it saves on shipping too. Honestly, he's a buddy of mine, but this is not a paid ad. This is like best bang for your buck power hammer. So what we're gonna do, use the shrinking dies on his panel.
The new ones.
Yeah, oh, these are
straight out of the box.
Oh yeah.
Priority mail.
And this part of his template is where the paper pattern dictated that we needed a shrink. So we're gonna put a deep shrink into there, and then a couple of short shrinks. That's what's called stack shrinking. If you look at my fingers, you want to shrink something, it has more surface area at the tips than it does at the end. That's basically why. That's what stack shrinking is. So we're going to do that. He's going to go all the way into that, right to the end with the thumbnail. Right at the end of the thumbnail is where he's going to stop, because that's what the paper said. And then a couple more shrinks there.
All right, moment of truth. How to screw up a panel. Very easily. That was all the way into the line. So now I need to get these shrunken in a bit more.
Let's have a look.
Beautiful. As a shrinking die, this thing does very quick work. Almost too quick. Wow.
1 minute and 50 seconds. And how does she look?
Unreal. It's taken so much of that shrinking out.
Looking good. I wonder how she is on your panel.
Not enough! Really? No.
There's a lot of shape in that panel.
More than I think what maybe we both thought.
Yeah. So since this had an extra little curve in the end there, which you needed to put in here, Jordan did have to do a couple of shrinks in here. Actually, I think 3 deep shrinks and then a bunch of smaller shrinks. So it's a little bit of stack shrinking in that bottom area to get the proper crown here. And then the front, or the top, I should say, took a little bit more shrinking than we originally anticipated because we've got a little bit of extra material that we left off here to tip the body line into it. So it did take a few stacks to get in there, but as you can see now, this is fitting wonderfully. Like, we are nice and close all the way around. Just using the thumbnail shrinking dies on the Shape-matic and using the old planishing hammer with a couple of different radiuses. Check those radiuses with the gauge, chose the appropriate lower anvil, and away we went. So yeah, this piece is looking really good. Jordan's killing it. He's killing it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Boom.
Oh, it's so good as soon as it hits your lips. For everybody out there, this is the official beer of hot rodding.
It is.
See the little pinup on there? It's the official girl of hot rodding. Something like that. Notch, you're out.
Notching! Notching!
That's not plugged in anymore.
No, it's not.
I don't know how things work in Australia, but in Canada we have to plug it in. So basically what's going on now is that Jordan's marked out this line, which is going to be the tip line from his buck, because we are going to keep that body line look. It's not going to be this exact body line because it's in a new place, a place that he likes better, but we're going to go to the bead roller now and get the tip started in that. Just the tip, just for a couple minutes. And when he tips this, because this is on an angle here, to bring this up, this is gonna need to be stretched. This is the tipping wheel we're gonna use. For everybody out there, kmstools.com check them out. This is not paid. I'm just telling you where the cheapest tipping wheel set is that I can find. And it's in Canadian dollars. So I've had a few people, because I've mentioned it before, they told me, holy cow, these guys have wicked deals on dies. And this was on sale last month. $20 Canadian for the pair of tipping wheels, which is, I think, in US dollars. What is that? Do the math. I don't know, like 16 bucks or something.
13 bucks?
Yeah, something crazy. Like you can't even buy the metal for that. So they should sponsor us and like make me not ever have to buy anything.
KMS. Come on.
Just kidding. And so when you're using the tipping wheel on this guy, just want to peg down on it.
Peg down on it.
Peg down on it.
This is where I get so cross-eyed.
Just adding the pressure up, right? I'm sure you've done it a million times before, but just add pressure up, start the tip. Through multiple times. You're a lefty, so you went wrong side on my machine.
Well, this is going to be very tricky.
Have at her.
So that'll now allow me to go this way.
Yep.
Okay. Rarely use the bead roller this way, so this is new to me. What happens when you're left-handed?
Yep. I feel like left-handed people kind of get the shaft sometimes.
Oh, for sure. But
Like-
I feel like being left-handed for an angle grinder, I have a better advantage.
I was seeing how the sparks were flying when you were using the angle grinder. You're lucky.
I know. All right. Here we go.
So now he's pinching this little area. It's getting, if nothing else, like he's getting a bit of a tip in it. He's holding the pressure up. But this gives the metal a place to break, right? That's the break starting right there.
Line a little bit. That's okay.
I have to run through this a few times to probably get what he wants out of it.
Oh, look at that. Perfectly straight.
Run it through again.
Okay.
He's going to stretch a little bit of this with the kicker. Leaves that tension from being down like this. It's got to come up. Nice. Look at that.
Right, one more.
Well, let's have a look at it on your grill.
Doesn't fit.
So now you can sort of tap this around and get a perfect idea of where that flange is going to be. So a little bit of tweaking of this flange, but like, look at that. So the flange needs a little bit of tipping, just messing around, but beautiful, man.
That is pretty cool.
He's beautiful.
I think that's just really gonna hold, like, yeah, when you pull it in like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Oh, dude, just tip this right now. Just tip it right now with your hammer. Go.
Okay. So that
Just get it closer. We're almost there. Just... It's killing me. Let's see it.
Hold on.
We're so getting there, man.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Wow, that looks so sick.
Dude, the lines on that now are so like organic, right?
Yeah.
Like the swooping of this with the swooping of that.
I really like that though.
Nice panel, man. Dude,
Looks cool.
well done.
I'm really into it.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Oh, I'm excited.
Just it's so close. It needs like 5% more fit up, but that's a pretty nice panel, man.
I reckon we could call that a wrap.
It's a wrap for today.
I'm happy with that.
Well, Jordan banged this thing out. Look at that. What do you think?
I love it.
Dude,
Absolutely love it.
dude, you killed it, man. I love the new buck. We had made a buck, obviously you saw it already. We made an earlier buck, this one. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Jordan's sleep dictated a totally different way to go, and I think that it's the best way. Like, this is his frame, so now his panel follows the frame, has the body line to break up the, you know, the sheet metal there, and man, it just looks awesome, man. The panel turned out wicked.
Another sleepless night because I'm too excited to see it all finished.
Dude, I just had fun working with this guy. It's been years. It's just been years. Like, we haven't seen each other in person 4 years.
Bloody COVID?
COVID! I don't even want to say that word anymore.
No one's allowed to say C-word anymore.
No.
C-word's up. But yes, likewise, it has been an absolute pleasure to come back home and to create something.
I'm honored to be a part of this project with you, man, because like I can't wait to see that thing raced.
Hopefully 150K, about this far away from it. You know?
All right, well, thanks a lot for watching Make It Kustom, everybody. Jordan is making a video at the same time. You've probably seen the second camera. So there's gonna be two different perspectives on this build. There's gonna be more parts to it as well. He's gonna build the other side. We're gonna weld that all in, using the TIG, that sort of thing. We're talking about maybe making some trim for the grill. It's just been a blast collaborating. This is the first collaboration really on YouTube. So
It is.
thanks again for watching Make It Kustom. Don't forget to like, click subscribe, hit notifications. We'll get you on the next one. Bye-bye.